And a very good Monday evening to you all for this August 11th, 2014. Lee Sanders here, coming at you with some breaking news. This had just came in just about over 55 minutes ago, as it's a little bit after 8 o'clock over here on the East Coast. I definitely wanted to talk about this very candidly, as we try to do our best to cover all things entertainment, but this really kind of hit close to home for me because I grew up on this man. He's a Chicago native just like me, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I've like practically seen every single movie that he's ever put out. I've always been a fan of his work. I'm talking about legendary comedian, actor Robin Williams, who is dead today at the age of 63. Apparently, it's being described as a suicide right now. There is just so little information that's coming in right now. Now, you may be very familiar with Robin Williams' work from such films as Good Morning Vietnam, Good Will Hunting, Aladdin, Popeye. You may go as far back as pretty much, I definitely go as far back because I don't think I watched the TV show initially when it premiered and when it ended, because I think it might have been a little bit before I was born, but I definitely had saw it in syndication thanks to my parents, and I was always a big fan of it. Mork and Mindy, as that show is what had really put him on the map and really had began his acting career. But he has such a massive body of work. I'm sure that many of you that maybe might have not been fans of his work at some point, you might have came across him in some film that you really, really like that will have you go, oh wow, he was actually in that? That's pretty cool. But yes, he's dead at the age of 63. The man had just signed on with CBS earlier last year, as he was part of a new series. It was a comedy. It was called The Crazy Ones, and he was starring in that with former All My Children actress and star of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV series, Sarah Michelle Gellar. It had picked up so many nominations. Robin Williams had actually picked up a couple of nominations for his portrayal of the character on that show. I had got the green light to come back for a second season as more episodes were ordered. And yeah, I mean, the way that it's looking right now, and we're going to try to hook you guys up with as much information as possible so that you all know what exactly is going on. As I'm looking at the comments that are coming in from you guys, this is what we know right now. Apparently, he was found unconscious in his home out in Turbin, California at around noon today for August 11th. Now, the Marin County Coroner Division, they're suspecting that his death was due to asphyxia, pending investigation. According to his publicist, Williams has been battling, direct quote, severe depression in the time before his death, though his publicist would not confirm the reports that the death was suicide. Williams' wife, and keep in mind that this is his third wife, as he's been married 3 times now, she said, and direct quote, I lost my husband and my best friend, while the world lost one of its most beloved artists and beautiful human beings. I am utterly heartbroken. Now, look, it's no secret when Robin Williams was a much younger man in the 70s, well into the 80s, he battled cocaine. I mean, he has admitted on many comedy specials that he did up to this point how he used to love cocaine, and he would just have like the wildest parties, wildest hangouts with people. Eventually, he had got his act cleaned up, and he had remained clear for just about a little over 20 years until 2006 when he had checked himself into a rehab facility, citing that he was addicted to alcohol and that he was an alcoholic. He's battled a health condition in the late 2000s, needing some surgery. But this is something that I must say he hid this very well. If it is a suicide and more information is still continuing to come in, one thing we can deal with for certain, this isn't a hoax. This is the real deal. This has been verified by very respected news organizations, very respected Hollywood websites. Let's deal with the fact. He's passed. He's dead. That's it. And it is definitely a major blow for me. The way I found out about it, for those of you that might not be familiar with the type of content that we do here on our channel, I actually do on Monday nights a little bit of wrestling coverage, and I was getting ready to get myself prepared. I had just taken a nap, and I was just checking messages on my phone, and I had actually found out from a friend that said, "Dude, I'm surprised we didn't hear from you yet. Robin Williams had died," and I'm like thinking to myself, that's a very cruel joke. What the hell is going on here? And sure enough, I go online, I check it out, and it turns out this is the real deal. He made a very long-lasting impact on my career. Just the various type of films that he's done. He has proven to be one of the most diversible actors that can accommodate any type of role whatsoever. He has to be one of a few rare comedians that can handle a serious role, do it well, make it be so believable, make it be so damn good. You just root him on and you're like, oh, so good, would love to see him do some more serious work. I mean, great examples of that is Awakenings with Robert De Niro, Where Dreams May Come, my personal favorite. I love that film to death. Matter of fact, I was actually checking it out just a couple of days ago, believe it or not. I loved him in the Christopher Nolan film Insomnia, starring Al Pacino. I mean, the chemistry between Al Pacino and Robin Williams in that one, that was just so freaking good. I mean, that if you've never seen that one, that's really on point. Personal favorite. It's a little bit of indie kind of underground type of film, but it was definitely one that had a lot of us that really love his work say, "Oh, he did really good in that one." Final Cut. Um, I'm not going to spoil it for you or even tell you what the movie is about. If you are a true Robin Williams fan, you'll definitely appreciate it. If you haven't seen it yet, it's just one of those serious type of films that just you're like, whoa. And it's like by the time you get done watching it, you're saying to yourself, you know what, something like this could actually happen in the near future. We're not that far away from the events that was being covered in that movie. Birdcage with Nathan Lane. I mean, you can just go on and on and on. Such a great, massive body of work that this man left behind. Always proving that he can be so universal in whatever type of role you want to give to him. Of course, I can't mention films without, of course, going to Aladdin. He played a genie. Or hell, man, what about I just had on the tip of my tongue, Hook. Everybody at some point, if you are a true kid of the 80s and 90s, you had to have seen him in Hook. Dustin Hoffman playing Captain Hook. I mean, everybody saw that. It was like the main thing everybody talked about in school after they got done seeing it with their parents over that weekend or whatever. Every kid has seen Hook at some point. If you haven't seen Hook, it's like shame on you because that movie, there's just no way you could have dodged that one. You had to have seen it, but we're going to learn a little bit more about what had came about with his passing for sure as the days progress and as more information becomes available. It just goes to show you, you can have all the money in the world, you can be doing all types of great charitable work, which is exactly what Mr. Williams did over the years, always doing a lot of work with the St. Jude Hospital. always doing specials with Whoopi Goldberg, Billy Crystal, and trying to raise money through their comedy and all that. I would imagine that they are just like rocking big time over this news because they all were a pretty tight knit group. They all were really close friends. There's a part of me that hopes that somewhere, if there is a heaven, and it does exist, I'm hoping that somewhere Robin Williams is maybe playing a hand of cards or going fishing with the late Christopher Reeves, as the two of them were longtime friends. I'm sure you all probably recall that have been following the career of Robin Williams for a good minute, how he was actually one of the first people that had saw Christopher Reeves after he had his horse accident, which made him become paralyzed basically from the neck down. And he talked about how Reeves was just in such a rough shape. It was just so brutally bad to watch him, and he did as best as he knew how, which was to make him laugh. And he made him laugh, and he felt really good after he made him laugh, and Reeves definitely felt good after he laughed because Reeves at that point, no doubt he probably was like, how the hell is my life going to continue from here? And leave it to Robin Williams to be able to make him laugh. And it was kind of like, well, you know what? Looks like things are going to be okay after all. The man just laughed. So I'm hoping that somewhere the two of them are just kicking back and they're having themselves some good laughs right about now. No matter what the cause of death may have been, I think we as Robin Williams fans, what we need to do right now is definitely celebrate this man's life, celebrate his legacy, celebrate his body of work that he's left behind, because he's left us so much that, I'm fortunate to say that my parents, they grew up on him. I came in right at about the time that his Hollywood career was starting to explode. So, technically you can say, I'm second generation, and, those of you that were born in the 80s, early 90s, you're part of that generation thanks to your parents that grew up on him and got you attached to him. And there's probably some of you all that now have your own kids, and at some point you've probably have shown your kids a couple of Robin Williams flicks, and you've got them on it now. I mean, so just the amount of work that he's left behind, we should definitely cherish, and make sure that it gets passed along from generation to generation, because it's such awesome work that he's left behind. But no doubt, this is definitely a major blow. I'm sure not just for fans, but for the Hollywood industry, just everybody that has just been touched in some shape or form by Robin, whether it be from his work in film or in comedy, or through his work as a good Samaritan, a good humanitarian. You know, what I want to do right now is definitely get you all's reactions to this piece of news. And what we can do is follow up on what you all have to say on a future episode of the RCWR show. It might be our radio edition, might come as early as this Tuesday, or maybe we'll do a special later this weekend. As far as I know, we weren't going to come on this weekend, but if anything, we probably will do a show on Saturday, depending on the volume of comments we get leading up to that weekend, because I definitely want to dedicate a portion of the show reading what you all have to say. And tell me what some of your favorite moments of Robin Williams as far as his film career goes, or maybe it was his comedy. Let me know what you have to say with regards to that. What were some of your favorite movies? Let's get the ball rolling on that. I mean, for me, if I had to pick five, I would definitely go with The Birdcage, Awakening, Good Will Hunting, What Dreams May Come, and my fifth one, I don't know if I've mentioned Insomnia already, but I would definitely have to go with that one. If I've already mentioned Insomnia, then my fifth one would definitely be, man, I would probably go with maybe Final Cut. That would probably be my top five right there. But curious what you guys have to say with regards to this. Share your reaction of the news to this as well, and maybe how you're going to try to take time out of your schedule to maybe remember him, how you first came across him and his work. Be some good stuff to get us all talking and try to be positive and upbeat rather than I know it's tempting to be really down about this news right now, and 2014 just has not been kind to celebrities. I mean, we've lost a lot of great people this year. It's insane. It's just really insane. But we really need to take this opportunity to celebrate right now. And, if this is really a case where this man was battling some type of depression and it turns out this was suicide, those of you that are battling depression right now, I can't stress this enough. There's no reason for you to feel like you're alone. I can't stress it enough. If you have at least one friend, definitely pick up that phone, do everything you can to call them, try to see if they can meet you, try to see if you can go to them, do whatever is possible. Ignore whatever those thoughts are that's going on in your head that want you to do something bad, and shake it off. Try to get your support system, a friend, a family member, somebody. Call them, and ultimately, if you can't get a hold of that person, there's always crisis hotlines that you can call, things of that nature. A lot of people think that, oh, well, this person just needs an antidepressant, or, they just need to depressant, they just need to take some medic. It's a lot more than that. It's really a lot more than that. So I can't stress it enough. Make sure that you have some type of a good buddy system in place. Hell, man, nowadays it seems like social media is the place where if you're really feeling down about something, you're just seriously depressed, you can definitely, talk to your community, whether it's on Facebook or it's on Twitter or maybe it's on Ustream. There's always that network of people that would definitely be willing to help talk you through whatever it is that you're going through. But just know that you're not alone. There's definitely people out there that can relate to what you're going through. All you have to do is just reach out and don't be ashamed. Just reach out and, ask for that help. Say, hey, I need help, but that's going to do it. If you enjoyed this piece, I can't believe I'm even saying if you enjoyed this piece. Why would you enjoy it if somebody died? I don't like that. That's a poor choice of words. What I will say is if you like the way that we've handled reporting this news to you, I definitely would love to have you subscribe, because I'll definitely do my best to continue to stay on top of this for you guys. And, you're more than welcome to share this. You don't have to. It's not mandatory. It's totally up to you. You're more than welcome to share this, and you're more than welcome to subscribe so that you can stay connected with us, so we can provide you all with the very latest and what all has come about. All right, and folks, that is going to do it. Until next go round, I'm wishing all of you all to be safe, and most importantly, please be kind to one another. I will see you next go round. Everybody, take care.